Good morning, I'm meteorologist Beau. It's February 15, 2023. We take a look at the watch warning map, and we can see winter storm warnings across portions of Iowa, Missouri, Nebraska, and Kansas, and winter weather advisories across parts of Missouri and Illinois. And still some wind advisories over portions of the region. Now, we did have strong wind yesterday, but it wasn't as widespread as we expected. We did have some wind damage, power poles down, trees down, wind gusted above 50 miles per hour in several locations. I had 41 mile per hour gusts here at the Weather Observatory, portions of Carbondale, 50 mile per hour wind gusts into the 50s over Marion and Mount Vernon as well, in portions of southeast Missouri. That wind machine is moving away from our region today, but a new system is developing to our southwest, and that's going to bring additional showers and thunderstorms as we move into tonight and tomorrow. But a very warm day ahead of us with high temperatures in the 60s and 70s. We take a look at the dew point map this morning. Now, dew point is a measure of moisture in the atmosphere, and when we have higher dew points, we start thinking about severe thunderstorms. Typically during January, February, you want to see dew points of 58, 59, 60 or above when forecasting severe weather. This dark green zone down here, that's the moisture pool. Very high dew points along the Gulf of Mexico. That's streaming northward into our region over the next 12 to 18 hours. And that will help fuel our thunderstorms as we move into tonight, late tonight, into tomorrow. Dew points are expected to rise into the 60s, and that's our fuel for the potential of a few severe thunderstorms. Now, thunderstorms tonight could produce quarter to half dollar size hail. A few reports of damaging wind can't be ruled out, and I can't rule out a short-lived tornado as well, although the tornado risk seems low, but it's not a zero risk. Our last few events have produced one or two tornadoes here and there, very brief, EF1, EF0, EF1 range, very weak, but even a weak tornado can cause damage, especially mobile homes and houses, so we just want to keep an eye on the weather tonight. Let's take a look at the Storm Prediction Center's severe weather outlook. So the Storm Prediction Center has outlined our region in a risk of severe weather. Let's just zoom in a little bit. Now, the light green zone is where some thunderstorms are likely to occur, but not severe. So lightning is the concern. The level 1 risk zone, level 2 risk zone in yellow, level 3 risk zone in 3. Now, they could shift this around a little bit today, so we need to keep an eye on it. But the bottom line is that late tonight into tomorrow morning, probably after 9 or 10 tonight, thunderstorms will form over northern Arkansas and western Tennessee and rapidly move north-northeast at 40 to 50 miles per hour. Some of these storms could be supercell thunderstorms. Now, supercell thunderstorms tend to be a little bit out by themselves, lonelier, as you might say. Instead of a squall line, a solid line of storms, supercells tend to be out by themselves. And these supercell storms north of the warm front, could produce large hail and a few reports of wind damage. When you go south of the warm front is when you start thinking about damaging wind and tornadoes. So we'll keep an eye on where the warm front moves this evening and tonight. That will be key to our severe weather. But north of that front, there will be lift. Thunderstorms will form, cumulonimbus clouds will form, thunderstorms, and those will produce frequent lightning, thunder, and some hail reports. This does seem to be a setup where we might receive several reports of hail, even above quarter-size hail, not out of the question. So we'll keep a close eye on this. Again, a level 1 risk is the lowest risk, level 2 in the yellow, and a level 3 risk here in the orange. 3 being the highest risk, of course. It's a 5-level scale. And then tomorrow, we're going to watch that severe weather risk shift a little bit farther to our east. We're still going to have a morning risk, a level 1 and level 2 in the green and yellow here, but a level 3 risk to our east. For the most part, the severe weather risk tomorrow should be early in the day and then move off to the east. We'll see how this goes. I think that the bulk of the activity, we'll watch Todd and Christian counties in south central Kentucky and then Muhlenberg County up towards Owensboro. But I think the bulk of our severe weather threat is tonight and early tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow afternoon, as the cold front moves through, perhaps a few more storms form along it. Perhaps the Pennyroyal area of western Kentucky down into Tennessee. We'll watch this zone right here for a few more thunderstorms. Could be supercells, and those could produce some damaging wind, hail, and even a brief tornado. So have 2, 3, 4, 5 ways of receiving your severe weather information. I encourage you to use the weathertalk.com Beau Dotson Weather Talk app. Go to the weathertalk.com website, sign up, put your phone number in, choose your products, and then go to the App Store, type in Weather Talk, and download the Weather Talk app. Have that on. I'll be sending out messages. I'll do a Facebook Live and YouTube Live if necessary tonight. If we're just going to have hail without the wind and tornadoes, then I'm not sure I'll do a Facebook Live. What I'll probably do is send out a message before everyone goes to bed saying, hey, we have some hail tonight. Put your car inside the garage or under the carport if possible. And there's not much else we can do for hailstorms. That's going to be your heads up for the hail. If severe thunderstorms with damaging wind and tornadoes develop, then of course I will send out app messages. But typically for hailers, late at night, after midnight, I usually send out the messages before everyone goes to bed and say, hey, we may have some hail tonight. So again, have 3, 4, 5 ways of receiving severe weather information. Remember, all sources can fail. And we'll watch today and tonight. Warm, mild today, mild tonight. Thunderstorms develop late tonight, especially after 9 or 10 p.m. into the wee morning hours of Thursday. And we'll take a look at Futurecast radar here, and I'll show you what the models are showing. Futurecast radar shows the thunderstorms developing later this evening, tonight, mainly tonight. We'll stop here at about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and you can see showers and thunderstorms forming over mainly northeast Arkansas and western Tennessee. A few scattered storms farther north, but these are these little supercells near and north of the warm front, and those will spread northward into our region. We'll stop here at about 11 p.m. and then 12 a.m., and you can see showers and thunderstorms moving into our region. Some of these could be producing hail and maybe even some high wind, but hail is the primary concern. You see some of those pinks and purples. These are very heavy cells with the potential of nickel to quarter size, maybe even some ping pong size hail. We'll keep an eye on the instability. If instability is a tad higher, just a tad higher, then we're going to have some larger hailstones. So we'll move through 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. and you see the activity moving into central Kentucky, and then the cold front remains back here, area of low pressure in here, cold front extending from it, with some additional showers and thunderstorms forming late tonight. Tomorrow morning we'll stop here at about 6 a.m. and you see a couple of showers, maybe a thunderstorm in the region, but the bulk of it has moved off to the east. And then during the late morning and afternoon hours, a few more storms could form right on the front, and that's why there's a severe weather risk tomorrow, mainly for our eastern counties. We'll keep an eye on that. Maybe that will shift even further to the east if we're lucky and we can avoid additional severe weather. But as it stands, it looks like some additional thunderstorms will form from Owensboro down to LBL, eastward, Todd, Christian, Muhlenberg, Hopkins counties, Davies. We'll keep an eye on those tomorrow, late morning into the afternoon, as the cold front finally just marches off to the east. We'll stop here at about 12 or 1 o'clock, and you can see the bulk of the activity has moved off to our east, out of my forecast counties. And so I'm hoping that we'll clear the severe weather out fairly early in the day. So bottom line, tonight after 9, 10 o'clock, thunderstorms move in from the Boot Hill, northwest Tennessee, then moving into southeast Missouri, Illinois, west Kentucky. Some of those storms could produce hail, high wind, and even a brief tornado, similar to our last 3 or 4 events, very similar to those events with the warm front moving northward at night with showers and thunderstorms. It will be a late night event for many of us who have to watch the weather. Okay, have a good day, and I'll keep an eye on everything.